Hey guys, Tony Gala here of the Soul Train and SGC Couture Fashion. So I want to bring you this pattern right here. It is Mccalls 7789. I am only doing the palazzo pant. I have on my muslin right now, but I want to show you that when it comes to any pattern, commercial or indie pattern, you have to then take your own personalized measurements and customize that pattern to yourself. It's no different than a wig. Some people can slap a wig on their head and it'll look right, but the vast majority cannot. And that the same applies to sewing patterns. Very few people take these patterns out of the pack and sew it up and everything fits correctly. So let me show you the adjustments that I had to make in order for this pattern to fit me like it does. Nice and firm in the waist, great at the hips, in the back and everything, okay? So firstly, this pattern only goes up to a size 22. I am a 26 right now. So I had to increase, this is the front part of the pattern. I had to increase the size by an inch. And all I simply did was measured out by inch, and I took my ruler and I dot till I made this perfect curve, just like this original curve here. Then I took it out by inch on the side seam all the way down the pattern. Next, by the way, all the white pieces of paper is the adjustments I did to make these fit how they do. Next is I increased the length by 8 inches. I end up, once I got them all finished and tried them on, I took off 2 inches, and now I will, when I go to hem them, I will hem up 1.25 inches, and they will be the perfect length for these palazzo pants. So let's move on to the back pattern piece and the adjustments on that. Oh, by the way, also on the front, I had to do what's called scooping. So I had to scoop out the crotch curve so that the front crotch would fit according to my crotch curve, okay? So I had to do that. I had to do the scooping method. Next up is the back pattern. I'll start with the easiest part of it first. I also increased this by 8 inches. I end up taking 2 inches off once I tried the pants on. So I took care of that. Next up, be careful with your patterns. Next up is I had to increase the crotch curve, the crotch length. I had to make it longer so that my butt could fit nicely into these pants without it giving me a wedgie or anything like that. So I had to increase that. Also, I had to scoop out a little bit out of the back crotch. I scooped out just a little bit, but I increased this by about, I want to say, 1.5 to 2 inches. And then over here is where I expanded the size. So rather than doing that, putting the paper out to the side like I did on the first one, I just cut down through one of the sizes. I increased it by 1 inch in here, and as I went down, I kept the inch all the way down past the hip, and then I just let it merge right back into the pattern. So basically I just slashed and spread with a little hinge. That's all, and then I taped it back up once I got finished with the hinge part of it. So that's what I did with the back pattern. So let's deal with the waist. So now the waist, just like the rest of it, if you grade the pattern up or down, you have to grade everything that goes along with the fit from the waist down. Okay? So for the waist, I graded it also up an inch, the waist pieces. And all I did was I slashed through one of the original sizes, and I included an inch, okay? And then I taped it back together. And if you want to see more in-depth detail on how I did this and kept everything nice and clean, I'll happily do that for you. There were 2 waist pieces. However many waist pieces there are, if there's any sizing included, you have to grade that part of the pattern as well. So I had to grade both pattern pieces so that it would be equal and balanced, and I would get the fit that I needed, which I did. And I got the waistband in one try. I am so proud of myself. I did have to go back in and do a little bit more scooping on the front because I had a little bit more fabric up here on the muslin that I wanted. So I did a little bit more scooping on the pattern itself as well. I had a little bit of, bunching, not bunching in the back, but, giving me a wedgie a little bit. I didn't want that. So I increased my opening just a little bit by maybe 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, so that the pants will sit nicely a little bit down out of the butt crack. Okay, so I hope you guys find this helpful, and make sure to do all your measurements. In order for me to figure out how much length I needed, I did an inseam measurement. I showed that on my channel. You can just go back and watch that, how to do your inseam measurement. When you are lengthening, you want to measure your inseam in order to do the lengthening, not your outer seam, okay? I hope you find this helpful. If you do, like, comment, follow, and share. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.